Hi folks, Jack here from ECS Coffee, and today we're going to be going over a whole bunch of milk frothers. And basically we're going to be looking through how they work, which one's the best, and how they work with different milks. So I got a wide assortment of milks back here. We got oat milk, silk, almond milk, and organic soy milk. And then we also have skim milk. I've never had anything but the regular milk, so I don't really know what to expect. We're probably not doing this based on taste. They'll kind of be on like bubbliness and frothiness. So that's what's gonna be happening. I mean, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try them first because I've never tried them, and I want to give you non-cow milk drinkers fair plan. So first up, we're gonna try the oat milk. Oh, it's like a little bit beige. I don't like that. Oh. Almond. I don't know how they milk almonds. I still haven't figured that out. This one's very full. Oh God, it's spilling. Jeez, it's getting all over the cables. Okay. Ooh, that one's kind of nice. I don't hate that. Soy milk. This is the brownest of all three, which is always concerning for a milk. Oh, kind of like the other two, but just not as good. But I'm just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna start first off with regular milk. We're gonna see how they work because I'm sure you're probably most curious about that. So we're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna work on the other three. So we've got a wide range of frothers here. So we've got 5 in total. Starting over here, we have the Breville Milk Cafe. This one I think is gonna be the best. It's kind of the nicest. Over here we got the Smeg one. Smeg, you know, they make the toasters, the kettles, the coffee machines. They make everything the old 1950s style. Similar look or size to the Breville one. Those two are the biggest, and we'll see sort of how that works. I've never seen that one in use before. Over here, I think this is the Bodum, right? We got the Bodum. The Bodum is the most simple one. It's got a switch and no other controls. It's just, and it's kind of loud. It's just, that's it. Yeah, so I don't think it even makes cold. I think it just makes hot. Over here we got the Jura one. Jura being super duper fancy. It lights up with little like icons that shows you if it's hot, cold, or extra hot. So we're gonna be trying to get the frothiest, which I think is gonna be extra hot for all of them, but I'm actually not a pro, so. And then over here we got the probably most common one I've seen a ton. Used to have one in my kitchen growing up, an espresso milk frother. I never had an espresso, but we had the milk frother because that's just a thing. It's just a thing we did. So we're gonna be trying all these out. We're gonna start with skim milk. Gotta love my boy Mr. Skim Milk in the nice milk holster, circa Canada. And yeah, so let's get started. We're gonna fill them all up to just below their max capacity, and we're gonna be flipping them all on basically at the same time. Not quite, because I don't have 5 hands, but basically at the same time. So let's do that. I think this one has like a low max. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, we're gonna start them all. That took a lot of milk, geez. Okay, so we're gonna start them all. I'm gonna go in this order because that is what I said I was gonna do right then. So let's get them started. Already gotta run around here. So this one we're gonna put onto just the regular setting for all of them, or the best setting, the optimal setting. So start, over here, start. It didn't start. Start that one. Jura. I think that starts it. And then espresso is starting. I think they're all started except for the Smeg. It is now started. So they're all frothing. I assume they're all gonna turn off when they're done. I certainly hope so. Oh, that's loud. Okay. And it's flashing. What is wrong? What's wrong with you? Smeg, 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 smeg. Blah, 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 blah. Bodum is done. Nespresso is done. Jura is still going. So let's actually pour the ones that are done. Espresso, mostly milk so far on the top. We got a solid bit of froth in that. I should grab a spoon. So we got some solid froth there. Bottom, we're gonna get the lid off of and see how it goes. Smeg, just do your thing, okay? I don't want to mess up your day. So the Bodum overall turn around a lot more froth than an espresso. A lot more. Much thicker and foamier. Now it had a bit more milk in it, but like even there, it's still got a bunch left inside. Not much else. Oh geez, that is hot. Oh, so that gets hot. But it's got a nice little pitcher and a spout, so we're gonna gotta actually get some of the froth with it because it's just giving out milk right now. Okay, this is by far the nicest. Jeez, look at that. Oh. So this one still has like half left in it and it's still going. Jura's still going as well. This is the outcome of the Smeg after attempt upon attempt. And see, there's a lot of milk in there and it's got the proper attachment on the bottom. It's just not working. I don't know why it's not working. It was, I'll try if I fill it up far below the first max. So we're gonna leave it very, very close. The Jura just finished. And we're gonna try for this setting. We're gonna see if that works. So that's with a lot less milk. Is it working now? It's the best it's gotten so far. Okay, so it is working now. So we'll leave that to work while I work on the Jura, and we'll get all this lovely froth out. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Jeez, okay. This is just straight up, it looks like marshmallow fluff. This is amazing. Wow. So this is no surprise, Jura being, you know, I think the fanciest one of them all, you know, being a Jura. And it still has a little bit left in it, but that is nice. That is very nice. So I had wanted to give the Smeg a fair shot by putting a little bit more than the others in because it's a bigger machine. I figured, you know, it would be more used to that, right? Looks like it's finishing up right now, just on time. I'm just finishing cleaning its glass after I drank the milk. And so it took a couple minutes. Oh, this one's turned back on. Don't need that back on. So Bodum turns itself back on. That's fun. Smeg, we can do that from back here. So the Smeg just finished. Is it hot? It is very hot to the touch, similarly to the Breville. Now, this looks very foamy. Not like marshmallowy like that though. It looks very foamy. So let's start with the milk and then, yeah, so it almost looks like soap. It looks like you've got a lot of dish soap, which you might like, you might not. It's a little bit more bubbly and not as fine of a foam as, say, the Jura. I will get some close-ups, but that is the same with the Breville. So the Breville is also very bubbly and not very fine foam. It is more of a dish soap foam. I mean, a tasty dish soap foam, but still a dish soap foam. Okay, so that is skim milk finished. I'm gonna try them all because they look really tasty, but I'm sure you don't really care to see me just going like a little on all of them. I'm excited to try the Jura. I'm not even gonna try the Nespresso because it's too low. This one, oh, it's just so nice. It's so nice. Let me, like, look at this. Come on, focus on it. Come on, camera, you wanna focus on it. There you go. Look at that. Oh, scrumptious. Oh, geez. Okay. Scrumptious. Delicious. And I'm going to give it a taste. I know they're all just skim milk, but that one is by far better than all of the rest. This one is so much better. Okay, getting off topic, we're gonna move on to oat milk and see how that works. We are on to oat milk. I don't know if oats can get frothy, but we're gonna see. Alrighty, time to see if oat milk explodes frothers. Oh, jeez. Now it's a race. So now that we got them all sort of started at the same time, it's a bit of a race. The Jura took the longest last time, and I expect it's gonna take the longest for all of them. But that's because it's turning out the best results. They're all still going, it looks like, unless, nope, these two have stopped. So the three bigger boys are still going, but these two have stopped. So let us get these out now. I actually didn't notice when they stopped because they were the quietest. This is very, very bubbly. The foam is not fine, and it's very watery. Yeah, so oat milk, it's not too successful yet. It kind of just looks like milk with bubbles. I think that was the Breville finishing. Yeah, so the Breville's done. I'm gonna do this one second now because I will do them in order that I either noticed or am guessing. So this is kind of the same. Oat milk, just not as frothy. So it's Smeg, I think, has just finished. Yeah, so Smeg just finished. This one looks a bit frothier. The Breville looks a bit frothier on this one than the others, but still nothing crazy. So we're getting some of it out. And like, it looks nice. It looks like a milkshake consistency, but it's not. It's very, very liquidy. You can pour it very easily, but you can see the separation there. And let's go for the Smeg. The Smeg looks very bubbly. But again, oat milk is just not doing it. Oat milk is just not doing it. We still got the Jura going though, so maybe we'll see something different with the Jura, but I'm kind of doubting it. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about the rest of these while this one's still going because otherwise they're all gonna get flat. The espresso, again, not super impressive. We've started to see some separation though, which is good, between the foaminess and the not foaminess. So you can see the Breville has way more foam to milk ratio compared to the Smeg. The Smeg just, it's about half, you know, it's just not as much. Similarly, a little bit less on this as well. And then the least amount, well, it's not the least amount of foam to milk, but just the least amount in general because it has the lowest capacity is on the Nespresso. The Jura just finally finished. So let's check this one out. Take the lid off. Okay, it looks promising. It's very hot, but it's got that nice rubber grip. Ooh, I like the sound of that. It fills up this cup perfectly. And that is fully pretty much empty out of the container because it's just, you know, it's just not that foamy. You know, oat milk is just not that foamy, but it works. It did froth it. So it looks like the line is forming just down here between the foam and the regular milk, which is by far the most foam to milk ratio that we've seen on any of these. So, I mean, put that side to side with the Breville and look at that. Like, it is totally different. By far the best. Again, look at that foam. Compared to this, what even is this? Compared to the elegant Jura. And then we've got the Breville over here. The Breville, I'm giving you all the finger. The Breville is again, not that fine foam, but foamy nonetheless. And it is a good option alternative to the Jura, which is the super duper fancy boy. Smeg, standard, nothing special, and it looks like this guy's gonna be the same. It's foamy, not much more you could ask for unless you want to get very fancy, which you may want to do, and if you want to do, this is the one for you. So we're gonna move on next to almond milk. First I gotta clean all of these again, and then we're gonna move on to almond milk, and then we're gonna try soy. Alrighty, as a quick intermission while the dishes are drying, I actually checked the prices on these, and they might surprise you. So at the least expensive, we've got the old Bodum here. It's just, yeah. From there, we go to the Nespresso, you know, 100 bucks for that or so. But then the Jura is only in the middle. More expensive than that comes this bad boy, and then the most expensive is the Smeg. So if you're looking so far for a good bang for your buck, it's looking like this one, but we'll get to the full results at the end. Okay, so they are all cleaned out now, and we're gonna move on to almond milk. Not sure how this will work. I feel like it's gonna be better than the soy though. I think that, you know, just the fact that it's more mainstream will make it better than the oat. I really have no basis for that, but that's what my guess is. So we've got this stuff all rinsed well enough, and we're gonna start. Oh, and geez, and I just totally missed. Alrighty, let's give this another shot. Okay, there we go. I hope that was enough. Haha. And it is first place. So it is the first to finish and is also the least expensive of the lineup. Next will be the Nespresso, I bet. But in the meantime, let's get started with this. Oh yeah. That is much, much better than the oat milk. Almond is definitely much more frothable. Is that a word? It's a word now. Frothable. Oh, that tasted good too. Espresso's done. Oh, and it's hot at the top. Okay. A lot frothier. Oh, and I've got some milk in between the base plate and the actual frother. Okay, so it looks like Breville just finished and then Smeg at the same time. So these two just finished at the exact same time. And let's see these here. Okay, kind of awkward to get to them. So we're gonna do the Breville first, because I think it finished like half a second earlier. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one's very foamy. There's a little bit more foam left. So at the bottom of this, it's actually mostly foam, not milk right now, which is good. And the Smeg, a lot milkier. But we've got more defined foam during the pour. So that is also good. The Breville can definitely do more though, so keep that in mind. Jura is still going. Again, so this one takes probably twice as long as the rest. We're gonna basically kind of cut the video here, and we'll resume it once the Jura is finished. Okay, so the Jura just finished, and of course the Bodum just started again, because it does that, and geez, it is like boiling the milk. I only let it go for like 5 seconds, but all right. So the Jura just finished, so we're gonna take a look at this. Oh, and apparently I don't know how lids work. This one's actually, it's not, the foam isn't looking as fine as the other ones, or as its previous runs. But we will see. Oh, and I was mistaken. It is super fine and frankly beautiful. Yeah, this is lovely. It's lovely. I'm gonna show you up close again. Look at this. Camera, focus please, focus please. There you go. Ho, 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 ho. Lovely, lovely. Gotta love those close-up shots. Okay, so we're working with another similar lineup. So the almond milk is obviously doing much better job frothing than the oat milk. I don't know why. I don't know the chemical makeup of almond and oat milk. I assume it's almonds and oats. I don't know. Yeah, overall, we're getting the similar results as the regular milk. So Jura by far the best in my opinion. Next we got the Breville, and then the Smeg is actually probably getting beaten by the Bodum this time. The Bodum was by far the quickest, a lot finer, and more foam to milk ratio. So the Bodum beats the Smeg in this one, and then in last place we got the old Espresso. But you know, it's a lot of the Nespresso problems are because, you know, it's that simple. You know, similar with the Bodum is that they're just very simple. So I think the almond milk just worked out really well for the Bodum, and just didn't for the Nespresso as much, because usually the Nespresso is pulling a little bit ahead of the Bodum. But overall, good work on all of them, on all their parts. I don't know if I tried this one yet. I'm starting to like almond milk, but I don't want to like almond milk because it's more expensive than regular milk. Okay, yeah, so those are the almond milks. We're gonna move on to soy milk finally, and then we'll get a final rundown of the ranking of these Milk Frothers. But first, I gotta clean all of them again. This is a lovely time. So we got the soy milk here. Last one. Gonna try not to spill this one. Probably gonna spill it anyway, but we're gonna try not to. In fact, I'm going to do the Breville first. That way I can encourage myself to not spill. And it's going. Okay, so they're all going now, which means that basically we have to wait around again. I've kind of told you everything else I could tell you. All I could say is I have good ideas of who's going to be winning this little contest here today. So, the Nespresso and Bodum finished first. I forgot to hit record, but Nespresso did pretty good. Okay, so these two just finished. Bodum's going, Jura's going, and I just walked out of the frame. So we're gonna go with the Breville again, see how that worked. That's very close to the edge, dang. Oh yeah, nice and foamy. That's very fine foam on the soy milk. Actually, I'm gonna keep that off. See the Smeg, a lot more liquidy, but still very fine foam. So we've got these two left. I think this one just finished. Did it finish already? It did. So in the time it took us to empty those two, this one has done its whole cycle. So it's super fast. And this is very fine, thick foam. It is lovely. I think it's like the best foam we've actually seen today is out of the cheapest machine, which is pretty great. You know, it's very comparable to the outcome of the Breville, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so the Jura has finished. I was having a nap, so it's finally done. No, it only took a couple minutes longer than the others, and it's been sitting for probably about 45 seconds. But, so this beats the Bodum from what we just saw before. Very fine, but very thick. So it's honestly, it's like a liquid, but it's thick. I don't know what more you can want. So again, Jura taking a big W here. It's the best. So now it comes to the question of which one is the best all the way to the worst, right? So we're gonna start, and I'm gonna put number one as the Jura. So the Jura is in the middle price point between all of these, but it is by far outperforming them in every way. I'm not checking temperature, but when I stick my finger in, it feels the hottest. And you know, it's got the cool design where it's like just a little magnet holding it on. It's super neat. It looks nice. It has a good user interface, and it produces the best result. Overall, this is by far my favorite. Next up, I'd say we do the Breville Milk Cafe. So while it does, it is a bit more expensive, it compensates because you have a lot of space. You have a lot of room to make stuff. You can make enough milk for, multiple drinks if you wanted to. And the pitcher is super nice. This also has sort of a pitcher aspect to it, but not as nice as the Breville's. After that, I'm gonna say it's honestly a tie between these two. So I'm gonna say that this one wins because this one is like 50 bucks and this one's about 250. So the Bodum is in third, the Smeg will be in fourth, and Nespresso in fifth. It's surprising to me that Smeg is so low and the Bodum is so high. Nespresso is a standard. It does what it needs to do. All of these are great. None of them are bad per se. So we're ranking, the best of 5 great things. So Nespresso is the least great of the great things, and then the Jura is the most great of the great things. So it goes Jura in first, Breville in second, Bodum in third for being just an outperformer for the lowest price. Then we got Smeg at fourth. While it does have this and it looks nice, the actual, its job that it does isn't the best. And then we have the Nespresso in last place. So let me know what you think of the results of this little test we've done. I know it wasn't the most scientific thing ever, but it tasted pretty good. So there's that. So yeah, again, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. We'll be sure to answer them. If you want to buy these, you can purchase them all at ecscoffee.com. If you're in Canada, if you're somewhere else in the world, Google it, because I don't know where you are, so I can't recommend a retailer for you, sorry. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I've been Jack in the kitchen, not in the store, because they don't let me in there anymore. All right, see you next time. Adios.